I'm Moheshwara. Today we are discussing about that the bar class 12 physics chapter number 5. In this lecture we will discussing about that the bar magnet as an equivalent solenoid. So see here, this is our solenoid. So in this solenoid there are the something magnetic fields are there. So due to this some there are the magnetic fields are there. So it will be act as a bar magnet. Okay, it is a act as a bar magnet. So see here, this is the figure of that. So something is that. So we will discussing about that the bar magnet as equivalent solenoid. So, but first of all, I told you that I tell you that this topic is will not ask in exam, but I learn you. Okay, so see here in the previous chapter we have explained how the current loop act as a magnetic dipole. We mentioned the Ampere's hypothesis that all magnetic phenomena can be explained in terms of the circular current. Recall the magnetic dipole moment M associated with the current loop was defined to be M is equals to NIA, where N is the number of turns in the loop, I is the current, and A is the area of vector. So the symbols of the magnetic field line for a bar magnet and the solenoid suggested that a bar magnet may be thought of as a large number of circulating currents in analogy with the solenoid. So cutting a bar magnet in a half is like cutting a solenoid. So we get two smaller solenoid with the weaker magnetic properties. So the field line remains continuous emerging from one force of the solenoid entering force or other force. So see here, there are this is our solenoid. So suppose we are cutting this from this here on that time, what will happen? It will be also become a small two solenoids are there. So this is the, so this is our thing is that so it is also look like a bar magnet. So we get a two smaller solenoid with a weaker magnetic property. The field line remain continuous, emerging from one force to the other solenoid and entering into the other force. So one can test this analogy by moving the small compressed compass needle in the neighborhood of a bar magnet and the current carrying finite solenoid and the noting that the deflections of the needle are similar in the both cases. So see here, this is where the needles are putting in near the solenoid. So what will happen? Now see here, to make this analogy more free, we calculate the axial field of a finite solenoid. So this is depicted in the figure 5.4. See here, this is our figure is that we solved and demonstrate that the large distance this axial field reassemble that of bar magnet. See here, this is our bar magnet look like that. Let the solenoid figure 5.4a consist of the n terms. There are the n terms per unit length. Its length is 2L. See here, this is length is 2L. A is the radius of A. See here, this is our A is radius of radius is and radius is A. We can evaluate the axial field at point P. What is that? This is our axial field at point P. At a distance from R to the center, from this point to this point, the R from the center. Oh, so see here, the solenoid to do this, consider the circular element thickness is ds. What is that here? This is the thickness is dx. There is this where you are considering a very small element as that. Consider the dx of the solenoid at the distance x from the center. See here, what will happen? It's a distance from x from the center. It is our center, and from it is the x distance. From there, what we will consider? There are the dx value we will considering from that. So let I the current in the solenoid in section 4.6 of the previous chapter. We have calculated the magnetic field on axis of the circular current loop. So the magnitude of the field point due P due to the circular element. Okay, we already studied about in the previous lecture. What is the axial magnetic field for the axial parameter Earth? On that time, what will happen? The see here the we have got the equations is that what is that dB is that dB is equals to mu 0 n I n I d n I a square into dx divided by the 2 r minus x square plus a square minus a square raised to 3 by 2. So this is also we have got the equations from the chapter number 7. The magnitude of the total field obtained by the summing over all the element. In other words, by integrating from x it is equals to minus L to x, minus L to x it is equals to plus, and so thus B it is equals to mu 0 n I a square. This is the common things is that, so it is a constant term. So the come the outside from the integrations, and the limit is minus L to L dx r minus a square plus e square raised to 3 by 2. But this integration can be done by the trigonometric substitution. This exercise, however, is not necessary for our purpose. Not that the range of x is from minus L to L. Consider the axial field of the solenoid. So R is greater than A and R is greater than L. So then the demonstrand is approximately by the what we will get the value is that r square plus x square plus a square raised to 3 by 2. So this is the way of getting that the value of x is greater than, so then we are considering uh, only r, and also the r a raised to this is our a square, it is also greater than a, so that's why we are considering that the r raised to 3 by 2, but 2 will be cancelled out, so we will get that the r cube or only r cube. So now we have an integrations of that mu 0 n into I a square upon 2 r cube. What is the r cube? See here, what is our r? R is our distance between the center to the axial point P. Okay, so this distance will be also constant, so it is come from the outsides. Now we are taking that the mu 0 I dx, we are taking that the integrations of dx, so we get that the minus L1, so it is equals to 2L. Okay, so my L plus L is equals to 2L. So we'll get that the mu 0 and I 2L into a square divided by the 2 into r cube. Not that the magnitude of the magnetic moment of the solenoid is m is equals to 2L 2 n into 2L into I into pi a square. So magnetization of that total number of turns multiplied by the current multiplied by the cross sectional area. So thus we will get that the 2 is equals to, so from this for this value is that what we will get the n into I into 2L into a square, it is equals to m. So B it is equals to mu 0 by 4 pi into 2m upon r cube are there. So this is also for the for bar axial magnetic field of a bar magnet which one be obtained experimentally. Thus, a bar magnet and solenoid produce similar magnetic field. The magnetic moment of bar magnet is thus equals to the magnetic moment of a equivalent solenoid. They produce the same magnetic field. Some textbook again assigning a magnetic charge also for the pole strength P plus Qm, the north pole minus Qm, so the south pole of the bar magnet of length is 12 and the magnetic moment is Qm into 12. So the field strength due to the Qm, the distance r from it is given by the mu 0 Qm upon 4 pi r square. So the magnetic field due to the bar magnet is then obtained both the axial and the equatorial case in a manner analogous to that of an electric dipole. So the method is simple and appealing. However, the magnetic monopoles do not exist, and we have avoided the approach for that reason. So this is our today's topic is that. Now see here the dipole in a uniform magnetic field. The pattern of ion filling the magnetic field lines giving us an approximate idea of the magnetic field V way field B. We may at time be required to determine the magnitude of B accurately. This is done by the placing a small compass needle of known the magnetic moment M and the moment of inertia G and allowing it oscillate in the magnetic field. So this arrangement is shown in figure 5.4b. See here, this is our figure 5.4b. This is our figure is that. So see here what we will say. What it will say, the ion filling the magnetic field lines gives an approximately idea of magnetic field B. We may at times require to determine the magnitude of B accurately. This is done by the placing a small compass needle of known magnetic moment M. What we have known the magnetic moment of M of the compass was on that time the moment of inertia and allowing the oscillate in the magnetic field. So this arrangement is known as the this arrangement is shown. The torque on the needle is T is equals to M cross B. Okay, what is how much torque is applied on that? M cross B. So what is M? M it is a magnetization, or otherwise magnetic moment. So magnetic moment multiplied by the field of cross product of that. So field of that. So we will get that the value of that the magnitude is T is equals to mb sine theta, where tau is the restoring torque and theta is the angle between M and B. So see here, therefore the in equilibrium I into d square q by dt square is equals to minus mb sine theta. Okay, so the negative sign mb sine theta implies that restoring torque is in an opposite or to deflecting torque for a small value of theta in a radius. We approximate since sine theta is equal to theta and get the d square I into d square theta upon dt is equals to t into d square theta upon dt is equals to minus mb theta, or d square theta upon dt square it is equals to minus mb theta upon tau. So the frequency, the representations are simple harmonic motions. The square of the angular frequency is that omega square it is equals to mb by tau, and the time period is so the t it is equals to 2 pi under root T upon mb, so it is equals to P is equals to 4 pi square tau m into this m upon t square, and expansions of the magnetic materials is that magnetic potential energy can also be obtained on the linear similar to the electrostatic potential energy. The magnetic potential energy is um is given by the U magnetic energy, it is equals to T into theta d theta, it is equals to mb sin theta d theta is equals to minus mb cos theta. So it is equals to minus mb. So we have emphasized in chapter 2 that, that the zero potential energy can be fixed one convenience. Taking the constant integrations to be zero means fixing the zero potential energy at theta is equal to zero. So when the needle is perpendicular to the field, equation shows that the potential energy in minimum is equal to minus mb and theta is equal to zero, and the maximum is that plus mb at theta is equal to 180. Most unstable positions are there. These are most stable positions are there. These are most unstable positions are there. So guys, this. So thank you guys. If any kind of problems in there, this lecture, then comment in the comment box. Thank you guys. Thank you so much.